We just got the developer preview number 19 for Phasmophobia, which talks about Chronicle, the next major update, and more. Today, we're excited to announce the next major update for Phasmophobia is right around the corner. Chronicle will be launching for all platforms on June 24th, 2025. Exact timings, as well as the full list of new features, changes, and fixes will be available on the day. Keep your eyes on our socials and in the Discord server for more information. So extremely important already, we have a date. We know that this is going to be dropping June 24th of this year. That is literally less than a month away, so I can't wait. Ahead of the release, we wanted to take this chance to dive into just a fraction of what Chronicle is bringing to the game while keeping you in suspense for release day. But first, a sneak peek at something else. Also keep in mind, the following development preview is work in progress and anything you see may change drastically before the release. Grafton Farmhouse Rework. Surrounded by a near-dead cornfield, Grafton Farmhouse has been long abandoned. Walls crumbled apart, doors boarded, and the building left open to be beaten by the extreme weather conditions. What caused this once thriving home to be evacuated, and what still lingers there? Like Bleasdale Rework earlier this year, Grafton Farmhouse has undergone a similar glow-up, or perhaps should we say a glow down, with the entire location being overhauled from top to bottom. These reworks are bringing our maps in line with our vision for Phasmophobia while also allowing us to explore what's possible while also evolving the experience for our players. So with this idea of them reworking Grafton, just like how they reworked Bleasdale, I think the idea with them doing this is they are trying to get away from using assets, because when this game was first created, you had a single developer that was by themselves trying to create a game, and he made something super amazing. Look at what we have today. They have grown so much, but also they want this to be theirs so that when they hit the 1.0 release, everything is theirs. Every asset, every piece of art, every single mechanic, like it all belongs to them. I think that's what happened to Bleasdale. I think that's what's happening to Grafton. And that's why we're expecting to see it even more with Tanglewood, Edgefield, you name it. In line, we have Grafton. That's up next. Similarly to its prettier sister location, it's received some minor layout changes too. Rooms have been rethemed, spaces have been made smaller or larger, and there's even the addition of a crowded attic complete with sheet-covered old furniture. So when we look at this first one here, the entrance hall has seen better days. While now more grander than it was before, the fallen chandelier isn't exactly the most welcoming sight upon opening the front door. So if we look at this image, you can tell that it's Grafton. You can tell by the layout how it is. You have the stairs winding up on the right. You've got that entrance to the left. You have the banister around the top, but it's a little hard to see. But you'll notice that there's almost like a blown out wall over here that I think that we're going to be able to actually go through to that next room. If it's still a bedroom, we don't know if it is or not, but you've got like sparks flying from here. Maybe from where this like disconnected from this. So when you turn the power on, it's going to be super creepy. I just can't wait to see what it actually looks like. You've got rugs, you've got boxes, a lot. It just looks like an absolute mess. And I can't wait to actually play it. So if we come down here and look at the next image, we can see what looks to be facing down the hallway. When you first walk into Grafton, you walk through the foyer and then you look to the right. This is what you see. It used to be laundry and then twins bedroom, master bedroom, but it's changed. Around the corner, the twin bedroom has been completely refurbished, but into what? Who worked in this room? What's going on in this mysterious place? We do believe that this room is to be some sort of like a workshop where you have like sewing machines and mannequins and cloth. I think we even had an image of what this was possibly going to look like. So who knows if it's going to be as close to that, but we'll see. Who knows? As you can see, Grafton's definitely seen better days, but that won't stop our dedicated ghost hunters from investigating the cause of this ruined household. You can look forward to exploring the new Grafton Farmhouse after Chronicle, and we'll share more information and exact release timings as we get closer. So once we get Chronicle, this is going to be next on our timeline, the Grafton release. Hopefully not very long after Chronicle. Chronicle is supposed to have a ton, so it's definitely going to keep us busy for a while, but having a new map is just super exciting, and hopefully it'll be right around the corner. Now on to the main event, the Chronicle update. We gave you some insight into what we've had planned for Chronicle late last year, but today we'd like to go on a deeper dive on some of the more significant changes the update is introducing to Phasmophobia. We love getting this information out to you before the update, as it means we can open the conversation and hear your feedback and what you're most looking forward to. So be sure to sound off on the information below. Rewarding media. With the addition of the new media section, we've added a bunch of new gameplay elements for everyone to interact with. Ghost hunters now need to complete a full book of unique media items to accomplish a perfect investigation. This is a huge change to the overall system, but we believe this allows for a more consistent and realistic media capturing experience, especially when it comes to selling it to your boss when and if you make it back to HQ. So, if everything needs to be unique, how do we fill 13 slots in the journal? With new things to capture, of course. And this is where we can take a look at a few images of what they have in mind. Like they said, this is a work in progress, but this is a really good look at what we're probably going to see when it comes time to the Chronicle drop. We can see that we have a new media tab inside of the journal, and then these photos do not have star ratings anymore. Now you get unique photos. So the whole idea is that you get this unique media. You're not just trying to get 3 stars. So long gone are the days of taking endless salt photos. Now it can be more interesting. So you have things like ghost writing like normal, but instead of taking a picture of an object that was interacted with, you take a picture of the EMF. If you're looking at someone taking a photo of a teacup and the teacup's randomly on the floor and they're like, oh, it interacted with it. That doesn't say much to you if you didn't see the interaction. So the EMF reading does mean something. So that is neat. And also you're going to be able to take photos of the ghosts in their different forms. The question is, will each ghost form when it's eventing count as a new photo? That's something we're just going to have to learn, I guess, as we go. But then you've got normal things like burnt crucifix, music box, yada, yada. Next up is the videos. So we can actually start taking footage of different things happening, like disturbed salt, object thrown, interaction, ghost orbs, the door moved. I don't know how many different things that they've added that we can actually film that will count towards this. We're going to be having to capture literally everything to see what counts and what doesn't. But it's going to make it so much more interesting and so much more exciting when you actually find things, knowing that you can interact with those things. The ghost mist ball that the ghost can do sometimes that you can't take a photo of or anything. Are we going to be able to take maybe some footage? Maybe we're going to be able to record it. I don't know. In time, we'll be able to tell. But yeah, unique is obviously the thing that we're going for here. We're going to be able to record different sounds. And from my understanding, there is a lot that they're adding. But we're going to be able to record paranormal sound, which I'm assuming is just some random noise that you can only pick up maybe when you're using the recorder. But then you can actually record the spirit box. You can record a ghost event. So again, these things have more meaning now, which is awesome. And we've been waiting. And also something to take note that was also in these other images as well is the tier bonus. Depending on what tier you're using, giving you a higher bonus and more money. So that is great. And I do believe that the deletion is shared across all 3. As you can see, there are plenty of new media options for ghost hunters to document proof of evidence, and such as EMF readings, interactions such as rocking chairs, moving, and even different ghost forms, all of which can lead to a book brimming with unique captures. Can you record a ghost while it's trying to take you and your friends down? Maybe it's best to use some incense. What if during a hunt, it gives you more money? I don't know. Again, it's something that we're not going to know until we actually try. What we're showing in today's development preview is just the surface of what Chronicle offers. Well-practiced investigators will have even greater rewards awaiting them with this new system. Harder captures are worth more money. Literally should have just waited. Tier bonuses for using upgraded gear. And to top it all off, everything media is now included in the reward multiplier, allowing for huge bonuses when completing a contract successfully. Meaning that if you do high multiplier games, you are now going to want to take photos because those photos are actually in the multiplier. They were not previously, and they are going to be now. Again, this is going to change the way that you play the game. This is inevitably going to change the way that everyone plays if their goal is to make good money and good XP. It's going to change. The sound recorder. With Chronicle, we're excited to introduce our first new piece of equipment since our equipment overhaul and ascension. The sound recorder, tier 1 of which is available from level 4, brings with it a whole new type of profitable evidence. Investigators can now record audio from equipment such as the spirit box, the sound of a ghost event, and paranormal sounds. Audio that you can only hear via the parabolic microphone, for example. That's going to be super exciting. I'm very interested to see what kind of sounds we're going to be able to pick up. I'm assuming that means that we're going to be able to do something like record a banshee scream, because if you can hear it with the parabolic microphone only, but now you can have a sound recorder that can also pick it up, we'll be able to actually save it and hopefully just play it back when we want to. we do have a clip, and this clip is going to show you what it's like to use the sound recorder. So as you can tell from the clip, you have this thing on the right that it's almost like a gauge that's telling you where to go or how close it is. So you know where to go to get the sound. Now, I don't know if you have to record it manually yourself or if it'll record automatically when you get there and you get near the sound. I'm not sure, but we can tell from looking at it on the right-hand side that it is getting closer and closer as they get near the sound. I think that the hopes and the dreams of the sound recorder, at least for me, were that you were going to be able to record not just these different interactions and paranormal sounds, spirit box, but you were actually going to be able to record literally everything. So player sounds, walking, running. Imagine just getting a recording of a friend muffled screaming across the map. It's something that I think would add such a new level to fun for the game. I don't think that this is what it's going to be. I think there's very specific sounds that you're going to be able to record, but who knows, maybe in the future that'll actually change. While the sound recorder is switched on, it'll be constantly scanning for nearby things to record. If the lights burst into life, you'll need to use the range indicator to guide you within record able range before the sound disappears. There are a plethora of new sounds to be found. Will you collect them all? Now, that's an interesting statement about will you collect them? I wonder if there's a way that we're going to be able to actually track all the different interactions and sounds that we get. That would be pretty cool. It would be even better if they made it like an achievement. That would be awesome. But wait, there's more. Chronicle is one of our biggest updates to Phasmophobia yet, and there's so much in store for you when the update launches next month that we couldn't possibly spoil for you here today. That said, what's this? This looks like the truck. I have a sneaky, this is the new CCTV system. Because if you look here, we can tell that this is part of the board where our equipment is inside of the truck. The video cameras and the tripods are here. So this screen is very obviously a part of the truck. You have headphones here, video camera. This is a walkie-talkie. This, if you're playing in VR, this is the walkie that you would actually use. And we can see that we've got some things that might be clickable on the screen, maybe different cameras. I don't know if we're going to get maybe different cameras for the actual maps themselves, or if it's just going to be easier to navigate on the map. I don't know. We'll see in time. Happy hunting, the Kinetic Games team. I'm super excited for this update. I can't wait for it to be here. Chronicle is going to be amazing. It's going to bring a new life to the game with the upgraded photo system and the media tab and the sound recorder. And there's so much more that we're going to be getting. And I just can't wait to get it in our hands so we can actually mess with everything. I hope that this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure to like and subscribe for more Phasmophobia content, and I'll see you later.